Testing one, two, three. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. This is Engineer Masood Afsarkiani, and today we have the technical session number 178, and our subject is rusted rebar in fresh concrete. And our page reference is Material Engineer Official, where it is located on the YouTube studio. So before going ahead, I would like to request you to press the bell icon, like it, share it, subscribe in order to reach the next video with the easy access. So we will discuss about the subject that the rusted rebars in the fresh concrete, what is their benefit, either it is harmful for the concrete or it is uh, what it will affect on the concrete base. Concrete is the major material which should be sustained up to the 100 years life age. We will discuss about that. The rest of the rebars and the rebar surface also is like a powder cause the steel become a weaker and the more brittle, which can lead to a loss of the strength and increase the risk of failure in the structure. However, the rusting is the minimal and the steel is still in a good condition, but it is possible to use the rusted rebars in construction. If the steel is new, it's just coming from the factory or any other supplier, it was in the warehouse under the recommendation of the manufacturer, and immediately it will rust it on the site and reach on the site and it's become a rusted. In this case, it is not a big issue. We can recommend to clean it by wire brush or by sandblasting and just to make the profile of the rebars in a good condition and it can be used. But if it is long time since many years or many months in the open to the sky, it was lying and many layers of powder and the scalps and the forms. So definitely the diameter of this rebars is reduced in a uh, some. But in that case, we can say that it is a brittle and the strength in the physical properties and the mechanical properties it will affect. So there is a one question: is it okay to put rusty rebar in the concrete? Uh, if the rebars only show the light rust and the course uh, and the corroded uh, flush, just guide says that it may be possible to simply wipe and it can be used by the cloth or the emery paper or by the sandblast, and in that stage it is clear to use and directly we can use in the concrete mix and according to the MCI admixture such as MCI 2005 is it can be used. Uh, so what are the rebars rusted in concrete? Exposure of reinforced concrete and chloride ions in the primary causes the manufacturer uh, as recommended that the premature corrosion of the steel reinforcement, it will not affect on the major structure. It can be wiped and the clean and it can be used. The traditional method of the concrete repair is to remove the cracks and degrade the concrete into a depth of 20 to 30 behind the reinforcement bar and the fully exposed to the rusted reinforced and remove the contaminated with the concretes may it from the steel. All corroded materials is removed in the steel, either treated or replaced. So, what is the effect of the rust on the rebar? Rebar also its effect on the which is affected by the corrosion in a bad condition, and many times past the rebars in the sun, and in that case, it is the the tensile strength and also elongation and dispersion is decreased. If the Korean level is the 3%, then the minor tensile strength reduction possibility is there, approximately 3%, where the tensile strength may be decreased 70 to 90%, then the Korean level increase more than the 10%. So this is the one concept, and how we can remove the rust rebar in the concrete. Uh, Light coating is a rust in the mill scale, tightly bonded to the concrete, do not cause trouble. Sometimes its rust must be done, however, the rust is loose and the flecking and the scaling enough to the effect of the bond. So in such case, the scraping and the brushing and the sandblasting and someone dropping, even the water jetting, high water jetting is a recommendation. But finally, it should be cleaned by the air pressure also. So in that case, all the water it will be go outside before the concrete pouring. So harming of the vibrating, how much the rust is the acceptable on the rebars. So a little rust in is the harmful, but it will scale across the flaky and the rest must be left in the place, but take care in order to removing all the rest in a proper way. So can we keep the rebar resting? So when the time of the call and the day of the end of the construction and it's the Korean rebars indoor, and we can know the after the easier set that then to ensure the material is ready for the use and the extra times will be taken is needed to clean the removal and the accumulation of the powder and what the rest uh, accumulation is there. So most of the rebar are the rusted and begun and it should be rusted inside the concrete. Does not affect anything on the surface of the rusty only. The rebar should be brushed and it's with a wire brush and remove the loose rust before the pouring of the concrete. So this is very essential and very mandatory treatment of the rebars. Once the rebar is placement in the heavy structure or the normal structure, whatsoever it is. So first of all, rebar should be examined, inspect, and either it is heavily crowded or not. As we said in the beginning, that if the rebar is just coming from the manufacturer and the manufacturer warehouse, and that time it was in good condition, neat and the tidy. But once it is reached to the site and it is not covered properly and it is rusted, and in that case, it is in the fresh case. If we clean the rest by the sandblasting, by the air blowing, and by the wire brushing, whatsoever it is, apply. That case, maybe color is little bit yellow, but actual rust powder is not accumulated on the surface of the ribs and the grooves areas. So in that case, uh, it can be used. But as the old rebar, which we say it is since long time, it was lying under the sun and in the weathering effect, maybe sometime it is cold weather came, then it is the hot weather came, and also it is very old and the rust is very heavy position of the powder to accumulation to all around. So in that case, definitely the dia of the steel is reduced and it will affect the mechanical and the chemical properties. So, so end of the day, it should be recommended once the third party engineers are there, they should recommend the before the pouring that either it is able to use or not, and in the light of the local building codes. So this was the little briefing about the rusted rebar in the concrete and what its effect on that one. And in next video, we will see each other with another subject. So thank you very much and have a nice day.